Have you ever noticed that some people seem completely untouched by negativity? No matter where they go, they bring a sense of peace. They don't absorb other people's stress, jealousy, or bad energy. Instead, they naturally spread confidence, calmness, and positivity. Their presence feels different, and without even trying, people enjoy being around them. You may have even wondered, how do they do it? Why do they always seem so emotionally strong? Most people believe these individuals were simply born with a special gift. Some call it a powerful aura. Others believe they have naturally high energy or exceptional confidence. But psychology tells us something different. The truth is that these people have trained their minds over time. They have learned how to control their thoughts instead of allowing their thoughts to control them. They understand that your inner world always shapes your outer world. Think about this for a moment. Have you ever started your day in a bad mood, only to feel like everything kept getting worse? Then compare that to the days when you wake up feeling grateful and motivated. Suddenly, small problems don't seem so important anymore. The situations around you may not have changed, but your perception has, and perception changes everything. Your brain works like a filter. Whatever you repeatedly focus on becomes stronger. If you constantly think about fear, failure, or negativity, your brain starts looking for proof that those thoughts are true. But when you train yourself to focus on growth, discipline, gratitude, and emotional control, your mind slowly begins to create a different reality. Your habits improve, your confidence grows, your relationships become healthier, and people begin to notice something different about you. Some people call this energy, others call it vibration or frequency. Whether you believe those words or not, one fact remains the same. Your emotional state affects your body language, your voice, your decisions, and the way other people respond to you. A calm mind creates a calm presence. A focused mind creates confident actions. That's why the strongest people are usually the ones who have learned to master themselves before trying to influence others. In this video, you'll discover powerful psychological principles, mindset techniques, and daily habits that can help you protect your energy, strengthen your mind, and develop an unshakable presence. By the end, you'll understand that becoming mentally stronger isn't about changing the world around you. It's about changing the way your mind responds to the world. So if you're ready to stop letting negative energy control your life and start taking control of your own mind, stay with me until the end, because the first step toward changing your life is changing the way you think. And that journey begins right now. If you truly want to protect yourself from negative energy, you must first understand where it actually comes from. Most people believe that negative energy only exists outside of them, in toxic people, difficult situations, or bad environments. But psychology suggests that the greatest source of negativity is often the thoughts we repeat inside our own minds every single day. Your brain cannot always distinguish between a real experience and one you constantly imagine. If you repeatedly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that life is unfair, or that nothing ever works in your favor, your brain slowly begins accepting those thoughts as reality. Eventually, your emotions, your actions, and even your body language start reflecting those beliefs. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine waking up every morning and choosing different thoughts. Instead of focusing on fear, you focus on growth. Instead of expecting failure, you prepare for success. Instead of allowing other people's opinions to define your worth, you build confidence from within. At first, these changes may seem small, but over time, they completely transform the way you experience life. This is why highly successful and emotionally strong people carefully protect what they allow into their minds. They don't spend hours consuming negative news, meaningless drama, or constant complaints. They understand that every thought they feed their mind becomes part of their future personality. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you water every day will continue to grow. If you constantly water fear, fear will grow. If you water confidence, discipline, and hope, those qualities will eventually become stronger than your doubts. Some people describe this process as raising your vibration or strengthening your aura. Psychology explains it differently. When your thoughts become healthier, your emotional state changes. Your posture becomes more confident. Your voice becomes calmer, your decisions become wiser. As a result, people naturally begin responding to you in a different way. They feel more comfortable around you because your presence communicates stability instead of chaos. This doesn't mean you'll never experience stress, disappointment, or difficult people. Those challenges are part of life. The difference is that mentally strong people don't allow temporary negativity to become a permanent identity. They acknowledge their emotions, learn from them, and then move forward instead of remaining trapped in the past. They understand that every challenge carries a lesson, and every setback is an opportunity to become mentally stronger. So before trying to change your surroundings, begin by changing the conversations happening inside your own mind, because the quality of your thoughts eventually becomes the quality of your life. Once you learn to master your mind, you'll realize that the strongest shield against negativity has always been inside you, and that's where real transformation begins. There is something else that many people never think about. Every thought you repeat becomes a message to your subconscious mind. Whether that message is positive or negative, your subconscious doesn't judge it. It simply accepts what you repeat the most. This is why your daily thoughts are quietly shaping your future, even when you don't realize it. Think about someone who constantly says, "I'm unlucky," or "Nothing ever works for me." After repeating those words for months or even years, their brain begins searching for evidence to prove those beliefs. They notice every failure, but ignore every opportunity. Eventually, they become trapped inside a reality created by their own thinking. Now imagine someone who trains their mind differently. Instead of asking, "Why does this always happen to me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of focusing on problems, they focus on solutions. This simple shift completely changes the way they respond to life. Psychology calls this changing your mindset. Some people describe it as raising your vibration. Whatever name you choose, the result is the same. You begin changing yourself from the inside out. Your subconscious mind is always listening. It notices the words you speak, the music you listen to, the people you spend time with, and the content you consume every day. Everything becomes information that slowly shapes your personality. That's why protecting your mind is just as important as protecting your body. Successful people understand this principle. They choose their environment carefully. They avoid unnecessary negativity, endless complaining, and people who constantly drain their energy. Instead, they surround themselves with ideas, habits, and relationships that help them grow. They know that every small influence becomes part of the person they are becoming. Another powerful truth is that your energy affects the people around you. When your mind is calm, your body language changes. Your voice becomes more confident, your decisions become clearer, and your presence feels stronger. People may not understand why they enjoy being around you, but they feel the difference. The goal isn't to become perfect. Everyone experiences fear, stress, and self-doubt. The difference is that mentally, strong people don't allow those emotions to control their lives. They accept them, learn from them, and keep moving forward. So from today, pay attention to the conversation happening inside your own mind, because every thought is becoming a habit. Every habit is becoming your character, and your character is becoming your future. The moment you master your mind is the moment you begin mastering your life. At this point, you may be asking yourself a simple question. If our thoughts shape the way we experience life, how can we actually change them? The answer isn't found in one motivational quote or one successful morning. Real transformation begins with the small decisions you make every single day. Your mind is constantly creating habits. Every action you repeat becomes easier the next time. This is how both positive and negative patterns are formed. If you spend every day worrying, overthinking, and expecting the worst, your brain slowly accepts that as your normal way of living. But if you begin replacing those habits with discipline, gratitude, and self-awareness, your brain starts building new pathways that support a healthier mindset. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is learning to observe your own thoughts instead of immediately believing them. Not every thought that enters your mind is true. Sometimes fear speaks louder than reality. Sometimes your past experiences convince you that the future will be exactly the same, but your thoughts are only suggestions, not facts. The moment you realize this, you gain more control over your emotions. Another important lesson is learning to protect your mental environment. Just as you wouldn't eat unhealthy food every hour of the day, you shouldn't constantly feed your mind with negativity. the people you spend time with, the videos you watch, the conversations you have, and even the words you repeat to yourself all shape your subconscious over time. Your environment quietly becomes part of your identity. People with strong minds understand this. They don't waste their energy trying to control everything around them. Instead, they focus on controlling the one thing they truly can, their own reactions. They know that life will always bring challenges, criticism, and uncertainty. But they also know that every challenge is an opportunity to become wiser, calmer, and stronger. Many people search for confidence in money, relationships, or success. But lasting confidence is built differently. It comes from knowing that no matter what happens, you can trust yourself to keep moving forward. That kind of confidence cannot be taken away by failure or by the opinions of other people. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, growth over comfort, and hope over fear, you strengthen your mind a little more. These small choices may seem insignificant today, but over months and years they create a completely different version of you. Remember, your greatest source of energy doesn't come from the outside world. It comes from the thoughts you repeat, the habits you build, and the person you decide to become every single day. Once you master those things, you'll realize that the strongest force in your life has always been your own mind. As you continue this journey, you'll begin to notice something remarkable. The world around you may stay the same, but the way you experience it starts to change. Situations that once made you anxious no longer have the same power over you. Negative people lose their influence because you no longer allow their emotions to become your emotions. This is one of the greatest signs of mental growth. Many people spend years trying to change other people. They want everyone to understand them, support them, or approve of their decisions. But truly wise people understand that this is impossible. You cannot control another person's thoughts, actions, or opinions. The only thing you can truly control is your own response. The moment you realize this, you stop wasting energy on things outside your control and begin investing that energy in yourself. Psychology teaches that your attention is one of your greatest sources of power. Whatever receives your attention becomes stronger in your mind. If you constantly focus on fear, conflict, and disappointment, those feelings will continue growing. But if you focus on learning, gratitude, discipline, and purpose, your mind slowly begins building a healthier and stronger foundation. Some people describe this as protecting your energy. Others call it mastering your mindset. No matter what name you give it, the principle remains the same. Your daily focus shapes your emotional state, and your emotional state shapes your actions. Eventually, your actions become your future. Another important lesson is learning to trust the process. Real change is almost never immediate. Just like a tree doesn't grow overnight, a strong mind is built one day at a time. Some days you'll feel motivated, other days you won't. The secret is continuing even when motivation disappears. Discipline will always take you further than temporary motivation. Every challenge you overcome teaches your brain that you are stronger than you were before. Every obstacle becomes proof that you can adapt, learn, and move forward. Little by little, fear loses its control over you, while confidence becomes part of your identity. Never underestimate the power of your daily habits. The books you read, the conversations you have, the thoughts you repeat, and the decisions you make every day are quietly creating the person you'll become in the future. Your destiny isn't decided by one big moment. It's created by thousands of small choices repeated with consistency. Remember this: your greatest source of power has never been outside of you. It has always been your mind, your character, and your willingness to keep growing. The day you truly understand that is the day your life begins to move in a completely different direction. Before this video ends, I want you to remember one important truth. The life you experience tomorrow is being created by the thoughts, choices, and habits you practice today. Change doesn't happen in a single moment. It happens quietly, one decision at a time. Every time you choose peace instead of anger, discipline instead of excuses, or hope instead of fear, you are becoming a stronger version of yourself. Many people spend their lives searching for something outside themselves that will finally make them happy or confident. They wait for more money, a better job, the perfect relationship, or the right opportunity. But true transformation begins long before any of those things appear. It begins the moment you decide to take responsibility for your own mind. When your thoughts change, your actions change. When your actions change, your future changes. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know every answer. You only need the courage to keep moving forward. Even on the days when progress feels invisible, every small habit matters. Every positive decision matters. Even when nobody notices your growth, your mind is changing, your character is growing, and your future is slowly being rewritten. Never compare your journey to someone else's. Everyone moves at a different pace. The only person you should compete with is the person you were yesterday. If you become just a little wiser, calmer, and stronger each day, the results after months or years will be extraordinary. Always protect your mind from unnecessary negativity. Be careful about the people you listen to, the content you consume, and the words you repeat to yourself. Your subconscious is always listening, and over time, it becomes the foundation of your beliefs, your confidence, and the way you experience life. Feed it with hope, discipline, gratitude, and purpose instead of fear and doubt. So after this video ends, don't simply return to your old habits. Take one lesson from today and put it into action. Maybe it's controlling your thoughts. Maybe it's protecting your energy. Maybe it's believing in yourself for the first time in a long time. Whatever it is, start today. Because one small step is always more powerful than 1,000 good intentions. If this video helped you see yourself from a different perspective, don't let it end here. Use these ideas every day until they become part of who you are. And if you enjoyed this journey and want more videos about psychology, mindset, self-improvement, and personal growth, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss the next video. Thank you for spending your time here. I truly appreciate every single one of you. Keep your mind strong, protect your energy, believe in your potential, and never stop becoming the best version of yourself. Your transformation starts now.